All right. Where's he at? Where's the squirrel? Where's the squirrel? Yahoo! There's the squirrel. Let's play dance party. Welcome to Ultimate Chicken Horse. We're the school again.
Welcome to
You
Ultimate
made
Chicken
such
Horse.
a big deal for that.
I just wanted to get started. We have been having passionate discussion about what we believe the next series of Xbox will be, but instead of recording it,
We needed to just talk about it over
Haven't-
microphones.
Are we not allowed to
Recorded
talk
it.
without microphones
No,
anymore?
you
Why is
are.
everything
I don't-
blacked out?
I don't
Okay,
wanna-
all right. So here's the thing with Dance Party. Like, everything is a silhouette, and there are going to be lights that, like, move across the screen that are also silhouettes. So, like, for part of, like, your, like, mid-jump and stuff like that, you're not going to be able to see anything on your screen.
I hate this already.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, this map is booked.
Yeah, here you go.
What?
All right. Oh, man! That's a breakable platform.
That's honey on there,
Yep.
Oh, so it's not doable, is what you're saying.
too. Yeah, that's exactly what. That's doable. Just don't.
I think it is, yeah.
jump
Yeah.
immediately. Yeah.
You got it. There you go. Look at that.
Ugh.
And these lights will change every round, too.
Oh my
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes
This
it'll be
is
like a stroke.
insane.
Yeah, it's. But anyway, we were having passionate, interesting discussion.
I don't know what it was
I don't like
about.
why you guys are saying passionate like that.
Interesting discussion.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
But it should be on camera.
Yeah, I'm with
And that's
you.
why we're here.
So, what do you guys think about the next generation of console wars? But for a clarifier, when we say next generation, we're talking about basically like the life cycle of the 2020 things that will be announced. In
Yeah.
other words, we're not really including the Switch in that because they've already come out and said that we're not going to do that.
Yeah, that's gonna date
So-
this episode. But yes,
Yeah.
still interesting stuff. So Levi, what was your argument? What were you saying
Well,
that
it
you
wasn't
think
really an
Xbox?
argument.
Well, you know
it's
what I
just
mean.
a statement of I think you'll have the main console and PS5 come out this fall or winter with holiday, and you're not going to see anything else come out with that. I think next year you have 2 more consoles come out for Xbox, and then I don't know about PlayStation.
Why 2 more?
Because I think they will do a lower end version and like a pro version. You know how the Switch has done the Switch Lite, and they're like
Yeah.
potentially in the future everybody wants a Switch Pro. I think Xbox will do that. I think we're seeing we're going to see a large increase in graphical performance and like hardware wise this year. And with just the new CPUs and everything, that's the door that just killed me. And so
This
I
is
think
so
that
hard.
we'll see like a lower end that runs around 1440p consistently. The average one will run at 4K, and then the Pro one will be able to run at 8K.
Okay.
That's my theory right now as to what I'm seeing coming, because we know they're making more than just Xbox One Series X.
Right. They've already
And
said
they've
that.
already said that they want the series. They're phrasing it as a Series X because they want it to be seen as like a series of consoles. And so
It's
more
actually
than-
just called the Xbox. Yeah.
Yes, and so it's more than just 2 consoles if it's a series of consoles, and so that's why I'm thinking there'll be 3.
So all
I
these-
can't guarantee that the next 2 will come out at the same time, but I do think we'll see what's coming out this year as the mid tier, and then we'll see a low tier and a high tier come out after that. The low tier will most likely be like a discless version.
Yeah. For sure. It will be. Yeah. So what do you think pricing is going to be on the lower tier?
Around 350.
Okay.
That's honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say around 350 for the 350, 400 for the low tier, around 500 for the mid tier, and potentially like upwards of 700 for the high tier.
And-
700.
This is-
Only because. And the logic there is,
You're killing me.
I was waiting for you to say. I'm sorry, I thought you were gonna say something. The logic there is, I mean, obviously, $700 is a lot for an Xbox, but I think you'll see different features in that Xbox that are more experimental. I think there will be a very much blurred line between that Xbox and PC.
Interesting. Yeah, because actually I was reading something, I think yesterday, about how the PlayStation 3, so not the 4, but the 3, had the problem of being priced too high, like how Xbox kind of got hit by that this past generation. The PS3 came out at, I think it was, oh man, I don't remember off the top of my head now. It was either 400 or 500, but it was way too much, is the point. And it would have adjusted for inflation at like about $680 or $700,
What
which
year
is like
is that?
a lot.
Yep.
Whenever that came out, I don't know.
That's like 2010.
Yeah, probably 11 or
12?
12. Yeah,
Man, like I can't believe inflation is that much.
yeah.
And
Well, that's what the article said.
9 or
Again, like
10,
I
right.
need checked on that, but yes, like it was talking about how like, so yeah, like if you could see somebody paying $600 or more for a console now, like it's actually like possible that somebody would, whereas they definitely wouldn't have,
Right.
like
Yeah.
even last generation.
And what I think you have to realize as well is like, there's already something with glue there. There's already the question of like, and it's no discussion we can have. Would you buy the Xbox or would you buy or would you build a computer? They're basically
That's
the
what-
same thing now.
that's what
and
they're
if
saying.
the Xbox is going to be $500, granted, it will be very difficult to build it. If the Xbox One Series X
nice.
can do what they claim that it can do, it'll be difficult to build a computer to match that for $500.
Yeah, and
But
like
if that's what I'm saying. If they make a $750 Xbox, then it would have to be more like a PC because at that point you can build a computer to potentially match
But
that.
dude, like if you saw like the design that they've already like released for the Series X, like it's like unapologetically like PC Tower, like we're not gonna care about like looking
100%.
Yeah, so that's definitely, and I think that Microsoft is like, especially from this past generation, they're definitely showing like, okay, like I don't know if we can compete on that front, but what we do have is like the PC related stuff.
Absolutely, and that's
So-
why you've seen the game, even Game Pass, like the Game Pass that we're paying for to play these games right now is also on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Halo is going to PC.
Yeah,
The I thought I picked something. The exclusives that Microsoft has for Xbox are going to PC.
yeah,
Like it's becoming less and less of a like PC's one thing, Xbox one thing, PS5's one thing, and more is like what can Sony do
yeah.
and what can Microsoft do? And I think that's where we'll see Microsoft win much more because Microsoft has Xbox and PC on lock. Sony doesn't have an operating system to go with for that.
Yeah.
So,
If you're wondering why it just took so long right now, Zach is like playing on his phone, recording everybody on his phone. So that's why like he didn't put anything down.
That's my bad.
So yeah, I'm with you there. I'm really curious though, like, because here's what I see. This is just purely as far as like what people own right now. Just from my perspective, again, I'm not even saying that this is accurate, but what I see is like people don't have like 4K TVs right now. Like still. You know what I mean? Like that's still not the majority of TVs that people
And
own.
we're going back to the raccoon boys.
So what I'm thinking is if they would just release the discless S first, or even in like the same
I
year.
was say they already have a discless S.
But what I'm saying is for the next generation, if they would have done that and had the $350 price tier that had the same games as what the Series X will, they would be undercutting PlayStation on price. They would still have all the games that the Xbox Series X would. I don't know. Like it just seems like I don't know.
So you're saying that you would want them to go ahead and release that lower tier now with the mid tier at the same time, or just the lower tier? Now?
The lower tier and the higher tier, like the Series X. If the Series X and S came out at the same time, because think about the last one where like the Series S.
So you're calling the Series S like the subpart tier to the Series?
Yeah, like the $300.
Okay, yeah.
Because remember, like when this all went down last time with the Xbox, like the only thing that people talked about really was about, well, first of all, it was about how like they were being really dumb with like you couldn't play offline, that kind of stuff. But it was also like oh, the PlayStation's $100 cheaper than the Xbox. I'm gonna get a PlayStation, you know, and it was just like the defining factor. It wasn't even about like like a spec war.
I would argue as well, though, that wasn't the defining factor as much as the exclusives and the price together made a difference.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think where we'll see Xbox have a distinct advantage no matter what the price is Game Pass. Because you have people being able to buy a console. Thanks for your input, Zach.
I forgot that we were recording. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I exited back to the treehouse.
You have people being able to buy a console, and then with like straight out of the box, they're able to say, "Oh wait, I already have
75 games.
I have 75
Yeah.
games for $15
I have 10
right
quality games.
now." Yeah. I mean, there's more than 10 quality games on Game Pass. I would argue that statement.
It depends on how you define quality.
There are definitely games that are not as good
Depends
as
on how
others
you
on
define
here.
games.
However, I
What is a game?
definitely think that there are more than 10 quality games on Game Pass, but that's beside the point. PlayStation, though, doesn't have something like that. And so, yes, PlayStation definitely, no argument, has better exclusives right now. I think we'll see a difference in that. How can they argue that? How can they counter that? Like, what do you do?
I don't know.
Create
To-
the
to-
same service.
You'd have to.
Yeah, you
You
really-
have to.
They will. There's no way they don't the next generation.
You're right. I mean, and I think, but did you see where like Phil Spencer, who does Microsoft stuff, came out and talked about how
I'm an idiot.
they're not even concerned about Sony for next gen stuff.
Yeah, they
They're
call their
concerned for
competitors of Amazon and
Amazon
Google.
and Google.
Yeah.
Because they believe Amazon and Google has better infrastructure that can compete with online cloud-based gaming.
Which is funny
Google
because-
Stadia is the start of that. Now it's not good at all.
Stadia's
Yeah,
garbage.
yeah,
It's terrible,
Stadia is
but
horrible.
the future of that is
When it's
definitely
solid,
competes with it, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. You know what makes me sad about that is like if they nail like 5G's on its way. I'm not saying that is involved with any console wars anytime soon, but like it's very clear that like we're gonna get to a point where fast internet is just everywhere and it's not even a question anymore. And I'm just like, I don't know, like Nintendo is gonna probably lose a lot of that, like that really nice convenience of having games wherever you want.
100%.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
Makes me sad.
I think that's where Nintendo has the market cornered though on local co-op.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like people will continue to buy Nintendo games if Nintendo can continue to make great for like main AAA IPs.
yeah,
Like because of Super Mario Odyssey, because of Breath of the Wild, those games are never going to come to Xbox or these cloud-based streaming platforms.
Yeah.
It's always going to be Nintendo, and
Yeah.
people will always buy Nintendo for that.
Well, those cloud-based platforms have the same advantage on games like Destiny and future like Modern Warfare style games, and that's the balance out. Is Nintendo will not have that. Like,
Exactly.
oh
that
wait,
FPS.
wait, this isn't possible anymore.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you
Can
can
you
go
jump over this?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
can-
You
it's
just
been there
can't place
last time.
past that.
Sick. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I think if we look at like consoles next generation, there's a lot up in the air because people like anything could happen. Like
Yeah,
I mean, I know
you're
personally
right.
for myself, like if I'm thinking through if I want to buy an Xbox next generation, the answer is honestly probably no, because I would rather put that money towards like a PC. Like I've always wanted to build a computer. Now's my chance to be able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm curious, like, if how many people like kind of share that mindset. You know what I mean?
I think for your average gamer, the one who just wants to come home and sit and play
Xbox.
Xbox all the way. For those who are even borderline to that next level of like, oh, I want to like enthusiasts of just like wanting to build electronics, the computer's gonna be the way to go.
But
if
what
you
about-
have, go ahead.
What about like you said Xbox all the way, but like what makes them choose Xbox over PC or over PlayStation? Sorry.
Okay, that's the debate then for the
Okay.
casual game.
Yeah.
If you're talking
Like
about
there's the home console, like
Yes.
yeah, what's in my
Yeah.
living room?
Yeah, but like I think that we'll see more people build computers. And now again, the way that I think that Sony is trying to infringe on the same, just as Nintendo, we just said Nintendo has a lock on third-party IPs, or not third-party, first-party IPs for them. I think that Sony is trying to get that level as well, with Horizon Zero
Yeah,
Dawn and
definitely.
all of their big
Buying
tri-
Insomniac.
They're yeah, all of
Yeah, baby, what's up? Quick intermission, cause squirrel rules. All right, back to our regularly scheduled
so
program.
I think that Sony's trying to do that because Sony recognizes they can't compete with Microsoft in the regard of cloud-based gaming.
Yeah. Or
If
even
they
like
want
PC
people
stuff.
to buy
Yeah.
the PlayStation 5, they have to provide incredible graphics and be able to provide quality exclusives that you can only play on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So
I don't
and
think that they can
and
compete
you got to
with
recognize how big of a like I don't want this to become like business like or whatever, but like so much of this market involves like the middle schooler that's asking their parents for Christmas like, can I get a gaming console? And that changes stuff a lot.
Yeah,
Like
but-
just purely with how many of those people are involved. Like if you're a business, you want to make money, and so a lot of that will probably give it to me. Are you serious? Look how close I am to that flag.
No.
If
no.
I were-
no, dang it. Anyway, though, going back to that comment, though, Zach, I would.
Gimme.
Nope.
I
the last
round.
I'll make the same argument though of I think we're seeing a change in even that. Like the parents of middle schoolers now are way more in tune with electronics than the parents of middle schoolers at the start of even last generation.
Yeah,
And
I'm
so
with you.
and so I think that those parents will more parents now will recognize how much more feasible it is to build your son a computer or your daughter a computer than
Or
it
just
is-
buy one. Yeah.
Yeah, or even just buying a
Right,
pre-built.
because that doubles as your, word,
your work,
homework,
your school,
Yep.
all of that.
where so
And-
much of schoolwork is
and
becoming
it's
online.
upgradable. So you could just upgrade internally at that point for far cheaper than just buying a new console. Because you know that middle schooler, as soon as the pro version of the Xbox comes out, is going to think his console is garbage.
It's really interesting how much of these like questions and how many of these like kind of arguments for and against like PC and stuff like kind of center around just like general knowledge of what a PC is able to do.
Yeah.
Because like when people think of PC, they first think of mouse and keyboard, whether you like it or not. And even just realizing like, oh, I could play the exact same Xbox game, except like instead of buying a Series X, I could whatever the one is, the Xbox One S or X. Golly, there's so many different. Please just pick a naming structure and just commit to it, just please. But like I could just have it like higher quality graphics. I could have the exact same controller. Where did I go? I have never seen someone get shot up so high off the
Since
screen
then,
like
I
that.
got you, and then made the exact
Yeah.
same mistake because I
That's
got
amazing.
so eager.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
Anyway, you've never seen the same.
yeah, like you can have like the same game with better graphics with the same controller. Nothing really sacrificing that. So anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just an interesting conversation.
Wait for it.
I
Wait for it.
100% agree.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think a lot is just going to be up in the air as to what happens next.
Really, it's up to like what Sony, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Nintendo like commit to as their gaming strategy for the future.
And that's what I'm
Because
saying.
a lot of them are changing.
I think Sony and Nintendo are both going to that that I have my own exclusive IPs that you can only play from my platform, whereas Xbox is definitely migrating into that idea of we're going to bring as much as we can in to give you variety and then give it to you for like one price at this level.
Mm-hmm. Which there's a lot of value in that too. And even like you look at PS4 this past generation, and they started with a lot of these things that like Google and Microsoft are really committing to now, and then they backed out. So like they even played with like a streaming service idea, like.
And I think they just realized they can't compete.
Exactly.
They don't have the,
Yeah,
they
they
don't
got
have
cold
the
feet.
cover. They don't have the infrastructure to be able. Nice. Well done.
Let's go.
They don't have the infrastructure to be able to compete with Microsoft,
Yeah.
and so they can't. They knew that was not their way to be able to continue to make money.
Yeah.
But I think that Microsoft obviously can. But I do think that it's just interesting. We'll see just to see that differences happen. I am curious still how Microsoft plans to get people to invest. Because the other thing,
I forgot
one of the
that for
things
you.
that we have not even talked about at all yet is xCloud, which
Yeah.
is Microsoft's version of cloud-based gaming.
And
Apparently, it's
we don't know
awesome.
enough. Yeah, we don't know enough about it yet.
It's in like beta stuff for some people now, and all the stuff that I've heard has been incredible.
Ultimate Chicken.
So, that
Oh,
is-
hey, and with that conversation, we actually played 2 games, so that's
yeah,
crazy.
way to go! Yeah, and that is the Schooligans' take on next-gen consoles. So.
I don't know if we got anywhere, but now you know our thoughts. So
We've at least
let's go.
expressed them in video at this point.
I mean,
Hey-
we didn't.
Hey Zach, is that what you wanted?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
That was literally. So we have constant debate about should we bring in outside discussion to talk about in the game, or should we just focus on a game, and it depends on how intensive the game itself is, on what the audience truly wants is what we obviously want to achieve because we want to entertain. But yeah, no, that's literally exactly what I was looking for, and like the more stuff that we can get, stuff that we all know about. But no, that was great. That was really interesting too. Like I felt like I was listening to a slightly informed podcast.
Hey, slightly informed.
we should come out with a podcast called Slightly Informed, where like there's like a 70% chance we're wrong with everything we say, but we're just like really trying to share our
We're
insight
just
on
we-
it.
incredibly
we act-
passionate about the things that we do say.
And we act completely confident about everything.
I
Yeah,
like
guys,
it.
so it's called pneumonia in a bag, and here's the reasons why.
Well, if you'd listen to that podcast or if you like this episode, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching the Schooligans play Ultimate Chicken Horse. We'll be back with some more. See you guys later.
Peace.